I think it's on. Hello, my beautiful souls. How is everyone doing? I'm just trying to, yeah, for some reason it doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Anyway, hi everyone. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. While we wait for everyone to get on, I'm going to smudge. I'm going to use Palo Santo. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Bernadette. Maya. Tasha. I don't know why it's not catching. That's what happens when you get to the end of your Palo Santo. I know, all the smudging. Kind of, you got to scrape it a little so it burns better. So, okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was on. So welcome, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me tonight. Toddy, right? I said it right, Toddy. Yeah. Well, my accent is right. Happy new moon, everyone. Yes, Sag. So tonight is the new moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and I think it's very interesting that we are in fire energy right now. There is a shit ton of stuff going on. So my mind was like, boom, let me ground myself for a minute and we'll focus on one thing at a time. So yesterday was 11/22/22, and 1 and 1 is 2. That was the date. So yesterday, the 22222 portal opened, and this portal will be opened until 12/22/22, which is the winter solstice. So we have a very powerful energy right now supporting us, which means it will affect us depending on where you are in your life. It's going to be a roller coaster. Okay, it could be really good right now or really shitty, and then it's going to shift. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Some information that I received this morning was that the energies of Saturn are balancing. So our guides, galactic family, somehow they're having an energetic meeting on Saturn, I guess. And they are sending us these intense energies. Now, we'll go through the symptoms with that in a minute, but it's really easy to connect to your guides, angels, and galactical family right now. So you may be noticing within the past day or so, you're either receiving more information or you're feeling just like what I feel right now, like stunad, like forgetful. Things are just almost like surreal feeling. I don't know how to put that into words. It just feels different. We also have, I talked about the portal. I talked about the Saturn connecting with the guides. So now let's go on to the energies. There is a lot of energetic storms going on right now, which for me personally has been affecting my stomach, especially today, and my head, like really affecting it. So that I'm going to say that's one of the symptoms because other people I've spoken to are having either stomach issues, like an upset stomach or a nervous stomach, headaches, pressure on the head, like the head chakra, whether it's crown or third eye, is receiving a lot of intense energies. But remember, these energies are, how can I put this into words? We're leaving the carbon-based body, even though our body is going to be the same. It's just going to be crystalline. It's not going to be carbon-based, which means We can teleport. We will be, not like we're going to do this right now, but we will have the ability to do it. We have the ability to do with our mind. And eventually our body is going to align with what we can do within our mind. And these changes are very uncomfortable. So we will be in uncomfortable energy. I was told today until about February. I don't know why February. I don't know what's going on in February, at least not yet. Or what? Hey, Lori. So, until February. Now, it doesn't mean if you're going through something bad right now, or you're going through like a shitty period, it's going to be like that till February. No, it's going to keep changing. So what this energy is doing, it's eliminating fear. And you can see it by what's going on globally. With other countries, our government here in the US, you can see that they're amping up the fear factor because that's their weapon. So as these energy storms are bringing us to a higher vibration, the cabal, whatever you want to call them, want to keep us in a lower vibration. So between those two vibrations, it kind of makes us feel out of whack because one part of us is ascending and raising of our frequency. And then, you know, the people you encounter, the things that you see, just the stories that are going on, will want to push it back down. So this is why we're in this like roller coaster energy. I would love to say, everyone, you know, just raise your vibration and stay there. But honestly, you can't do that constantly. I mean, I never met anybody who can do that constantly. It's a nice concept. But the truth is, we are still human. And we're here to have human experiences. And part of that is emotions, reacting. Now we will learn how to respond. And that's going to take some time. You know, there's no time frame in ascension. Like, everyone is going at their own pace. It's nice it's easier when you're working on yourself and you are aware of what's going on and you can escalate it. But even the people that are clueless, that if they heard what I was saying right now, they would be like, oh, she's crazy. Even they are going through it. They just don't understand it. So it helps to be aware of what's going on. Now, tonight's meditation was something I learned last night. And I want to share, this is a manifesting energy, right? And I'm sure every single one watching this is into the law of attraction or try the law of attraction. And do we have it? Can we do it? Do we learn it? We are it, right? So the question is, why aren't we manifesting what we want? Because when the law of attraction came out, it taught us to think it and imagine it and feel yourself driving. Let's say like the car. That's just one episode. This car always stays in my head. Feel yourself driving it. And boom, it's going to manifest. Things do manifest quickly when we are in alignment. So I had this like profound experience yesterday or the day before. I don't even know what day it is, but the day before. I think it was the day before. And it's not envisioning. Let's say your dream house, right? Sitting there and visualizing your dream house is not going to manifest your dream house, because what's going to come to you is for your highest and greatest good, and you don't know what it is. So if you have this specific vision, this house, for instance, when you do manifest an opportunity for the house, it might not look like that. And you might think you failed, like, oh, it looks different. Things are always going to come to us based on our highest and greatest good in the frequency we are in alignment with. So my like goal since I learned the law of attraction, I was 17 at the time, was to get it, you know, really understand it and do it. And I know it's possible. I know it's possible. Just what am I missing? And last night, I realized it's not the vision, it's the feeling. We need to be in the feeling. So, yes, it's nice to have a dream house and see the dream house, but focus your attention more on what it feels like, not what it looks like, but what it feels like. And tonight's meditation, we're going to create an anchor that's going to keep us in whatever it is that you're desiring to manifest. We're going to access that feeling. We're going to intensify that feeling. And then we're going to anchor it that at any time we are out of alignment with that feeling, we will go back to the anchor and that feeling will return. So it'll just bring us right into that frequency. I don't know why I got so stuffy. So in that whole lesson of the day before, I was watching Jimmy Dore, which is really how I get some of my news. There's like 3 channels that I watch, and that's how I get my news, because it's neutral. It's not this side or this side. It's just this is the facts. So on Jimmy Dore, Bernadette, did you see Dr. Gabor Mate? This is like a Bible. So it's the myth of normal. Jimmy Dore had him on there for about an hour and a half a couple of days ago. And I'm listening to this man talking about trauma and where it comes from. That interview is why I got the book. I immediately had to get the book because the way he was explaining it was something I didn't think of seeing it that way. And there was something about what he was saying that shifted something in my mind. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, and then I bought another book while I was getting that. Oh, my phone's dinging. While I was getting that book, I found this book. For some reason, I was drawn to this book. It's called Finding Yourself. And this book is activations from 7 star races. It's for star seeds and light workers. And it's to reawaken your galactic presence. I know nothing about this book. I have no idea what this book is about. There was something about it while I was looking at the other one that this was just like, oh, wow. So what I'd like to do is there's different activations from different star beings. And I'm going to share this in Patreon. I'm going to go through each activation, and we're going to do it on Patreon. Now, of course, if, they're really good, I'll share it with you guys here on YouTube. I just want to make sure. So I like testing things with Patreon and see the responses and stuff. And depending how it goes and how profound it is, I'll probably do something on YouTube. Now, as for this novel, I'm so excited. I don't know which book to read first. So this one, I'm definitely going to share whatever it is that I learned from this. Now, of course, just because I learned it doesn't mean that's how you're going to see it. But how he explains it, and I'm sure something will shift in the way you're seeing things. And this is really what the energy is right now. It's healing trauma, which we've all been working on ourselves. But it's not just healing trauma. It's not like you got to sit and buy an inner child workbook and do 10,000 meditations and journal. It's awareness of where it's coming from. And the things I became aware of watching that interview was like right there. So simple, so obvious. Never saw it. All the deep inner work from hypnosis to journaling to meditate did not bring me this type of awareness. And I want to say wisdom. There was like some kind of wisdom that came out. I'm like, it's simple. It's so simple. And this is where it's coming from. And because I became aware of where it was coming from and how it's passed on, I was able to shift it like immediately. So it was That I know that's going to be a great book. I know the both of them are because even the Star Races, I'm not sure why, but I was really drawn to it. So, what else are we going to talk about? Shelly's not here, but I know there's a lot of people that couldn't make it tonight because it is the day before Thanksgiving. So I want to say happy birthday, Shelly. All of a sudden I got like the chills. I got really cold. I don't know why. And if you're watching the replay, it's still going to have the same effect. I mean, the energy is there. Energy is fluid. There's no time or space. So whether you're here in person or you're watching the replay, you're still going to get the same energy, especially when there's a lot of people online. Like everyone's energy condenses. I don't know. There's just something about it. That's why I love doing these circles. So how are you guys feeling? Like, I know I haven't really been talking to a lot of you. Like, how you feeling physically or cold when, oh, yeah, but Lori, where you are is cold. It's not cold here. I don't know why. Maybe I'm feeling your cold, Lori. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys that are up north that are freezing and snowed in. And it's hot and humid here. Well, it's just humid. It's not like hot, not summer hot. And I know Maya's rolling her eyes and it's hot. I know. So if you're new to the circle or to my channel, welcome. Every new and full moon, I do readings, energy updates, and some kind of meditation or ritual, depending on whatever comes through, really. And if you are here again, you returned. Thank you. See, Marion is gross. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for sending donations, gifts on my patrons. And most of all, I want to thank you for showing up here. Because without you, I'd be having a circle by myself, and that would just be really weird. So I thank you for showing up, even though it is the day before a holiday in the U.S. I know not everyone's from the U.S. So gobble, gobble. I was making pies all day. And tomorrow will be the big turkey day. So I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. For some reason, tonight, a lot of cards came out. So I felt inspired to share like these books with you. And I guess these books somehow, some way will be related to what the readings are. So I'm going to say, hopefully, shifting your perspective or understanding what you're really going through right now. And in that moment of awareness, it shifts everything. So even if you're going through a rough time, and I know some of you guys are, and I know some of you guys are not. So if you are going through a rough time, just know it takes a moment, literally a moment to shift it. So it's not to stay. It's not forever. You didn't screw anything up. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just something needs to surface and be acknowledged. And that's what it comes down to. Something needs to be acknowledged. And once you do, it transmutes. So I did the animal deck, the ocean deck. And at first I thought all the fish were the same, but they're not just fish. They're like mammals too. And they're not. So I'm going to show you the card and I'm going to tell you the number just in case you can't really see it clearly. So either the number, because I feel like for some of you, the numbers are going to be very significant tonight. Not sure why, but that's what I felt. Or, of course, the picture. So pick the deck that you're drawn to. Each deck will resonate with each other, and there'll be something in there for you. But the deck that you choose could be what's blocking you right now. Let's put it that way. So this is deck number 1, and this is the number 7. So if you're drawn to this card or the number 7, you are deck number 1. This is deck number 2. If you're drawn to this card or the number 22, you are deck number 2. And remember the 222222 portal. Very strong number right now. Deck number 3, and that's the number 6. So if you're drawn to this or 6, you are deck number 3. Let me know that you guys picked your deck, and I'm going to repeat the decks again. Number 7 is deck number 1. Number 22 is deck number 2. And number 6 is deck number 3. So, okay, now I have to move my books because I don't have a lot of room. Put that there. We're going to put this here. Oh, and I also forgot to say the theme of tonight's reading. We have harmony and best possible decision. So remember I said, like, it might be a roller coaster, but it's bringing balance. That makes sense. And this is the number 27. Best possible decision is the number 18, but 1 and 8 is 9, which is completion. So for some of you, you are completing a cycle and moving into a new one. Okay. Bernadette thinks 3. Well, we'll see. Sometimes people pick a deck and then there's another deck throughout the reading that resonates more on a deeper level. So just go with whatever that is. This is deck number 1, the number 7. So right off the bat with this card, for some of you, there's something with rainbows. Either a loved one who has passed is coming through as rainbows. And the rainbows are also, to me, feels like balance, because the rainbow represents chakras. And the way the rainbow is in this card, it just feels like there's balance. Now, whether or not you feel that, there is balance. And the card says dancing in the rainbow. Wait till you see what it means. Wait till you hear this. Break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. So see, there is balance. It's just maybe a little something is having you believe otherwise. Okay, so let's see you got a lot of chakra cards. A lot of stomach stuff. My stomach just burned when I said that. Solar plexus, you got crown chakra, sacral chakra, money, sacral chakra again, and throat chakra, creativity. So now with the sacral chakra, because you have the whole one, right? That means that's where the majority of your stagnant energy is. I kind of feel like digestive or upset stomach stuff, kind of like what I said earlier. Like suddenly you have like an upset stomach. I also feel there is some old sexual trauma that is, what's the word that I can use? Now, you might not think that's what's causing it, but the majority of your doubt and your fear is coming from that trauma. It's not that you have to relive anything. Just acknowledge what you're feeling. Give yourself permission to feel what it is that you feel. Don't justify it. Don't make up excuses. Don't attach the story to it, because there's a story you've attached to this, and it's not working. Because what you're really doing is you're suppressing it. So just allow it to come through, and whatever this situation was, it has you living in fear when it comes to being like financially stable or secure. How can I put this into words? Hang on. I can feel it. I can't like put it into words. Maybe you believe On some level, absolutely, that you're not good enough to take care of yourself, or you're not smart enough, or you're not capable of taking care of yourself. Hi, Jew. There's definitely a block when it comes to money, abundance, feeling worthy of it. Like you sold yourself short, or you sell yourself short. Like in your mind consciously, you want it, you envision it, but there's something in your belly that tells you different. So whatever it is, especially during this time of like manifesting with this energy, pay attention to what you're feeling in your belly and ask it where it's coming from. And I highly suggest that you treat it like a child and let it know that you're sorry, that it was hurt, it's in pain, it was sad, whatever comes up. Just, I'm sorry, but I'm here now and I love you. Like, kind of have a conversation with it as if it's a child, because there's something very, like, you're at the verge of this shift. It just needs to be seen and needs to be heard. And that's what you feel like. You feel like you're not seen and you're not heard, which is interesting because you have the throat chakra. So whatever that thing is, that's what it has you believing. That you're not being seen, you're not being heard, you're not worthy or good enough or capable. There's like a lot of different emotions, but very like subtle, as if you buried it so much you're not even aware of it right now. I hope that makes sense. And that keeps you from trusting your intuition. That keeps you from trusting yourself, because there's a part of you that believes you trusted yourself during that time, and that's what happened. It wasn't a good outcome. So you have a problem trusting yourself. However, you're probably getting a lot of headaches or head pressure too, because I don't know if it's daydreaming or like visualizing. There's something, either you receive information through visions and seeing things. It's something you're seeing, and your gifts are getting stronger, which is why you're feeling the head pressure, because instead of trusting what you're feeling, you're trying to shut it down. You don't want to trust it, just in case it goes wrong. So that's pretty interesting. And I was just going to say, and this card popped out, step out of your comfort zone. So it's time for you to get a little uncomfortable with not being your idea of perfect. I think overall we kind of suppress the negative aspects of ourselves because we don't want to be perceived as bad or less than. So it's like the people who just say, think positive and turn it into something else. Yeah, that's great, but you have to acknowledge it first. You can't suppress it. You can't push it down and act like it's not there. Because what happens is it becomes stored energy. And the more that's running in the background that you're not aware of, the more intense that energy is becoming. And that's how you physically get sick, aside from everything else it creates. Yeah, okay, so there is some, based on this, I'm going to read you your angel cards first, the moon cards. You and your loved ones are safe. Bring love into the situation. It's time to take action. The energy is gaining momentum. Look at the bigger picture and take time to breathe out. So, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm always saying people are at a crossroad, but you are. You're at a crossroads. There's decisions that you know you need to make. Your gut is telling you the direction to go in, but you're second guessing that because you're not trusting it. And your angels, your guides are telling you everyone's safe. No choice that you make is going to destroy someone else's world or life. It's time, and this is the fire energy that's going to push you into taking that action. It's time to take that step, regardless of how scary it is. So be okay with being uncomfortable. Yeah, see, and then you have moving on. Now, moving on, because this is a collective reading, could mean either you're physically moving or you're moving, like, I don't know, I just feel like the number 9. Oh, and here it is, number 9, completion. You've completed some kind of cycle and you're moving into something new. And because you can't see what it looks like yet, you're afraid to take that step. But you're not going to see what it looks like because you need to take the step first. So it's as if you got to take a leap of faith. It's time to you have everything you need within you. And I know it sounds like, oh, just, spiritual voodoo, but it's not. It's the truth. I do believe our highest self puts us in the direction or on the path we need to be on, because our highest self is past, present, and future at the same time. So think of it. I'm having a hard time. I keep clearing my throat. So this is you not expressing yourself, not speaking up for yourself. Just, you don't need permission. And maybe that's what it is. You're waiting for permission to do something. See, you got the sacral chakra again. You have choose wisely. Passion ignited, and not 1, but 2 cards of patience. So, if you feel that you're stuck or things aren't moving the way you want them to move or in the direction you want them to move because you want to see that outcome, you're not stuck. You need it to come to you. And the only job you need to do right now is just align yourself with that feeling. The feeling you want, not the feeling you're running away from. Because without acknowledging that old trauma, you're staying in the feeling of that. And you don't want that. So you think by not trusting yourself or not taking this action, you're protecting yourself from that feeling. But the truth is that feeling is manifesting because you're not acknowledging it, because it's going on in the background. So I just feel like you need to trust yourself. Take that first step. Nothing bad is going to happen. Your worst case scenario is definitely not going to happen, but be okay with the worst case scenario happening. At the same time, be in that feeling of what you want. I hope that makes sense. Really do. Okay, so then you have the number 3, start being creative. But this number 3 to me feels like community, like your tribe, people, you getting the support you need or being around the people that can help you get to this next level or step into this phase or stage, not phase, stage. Step into this stage that you're going into. You have the support you need outside of you, like people-wise, but you also have everything you need in you. So there's nothing else you need to seek be or become. It's exactly how you are right now. That's how you're going to take this leap of faith and just trust your gut. And there's a lot of ideas coming in for you. Um, like inspiration. You're getting inspired a lot. And somehow you think they're not connected, but they are. They are connected. So I think you're attaching too much to the ideas of it. Take a step back and see how they're all interconnected. They're all intertwined. I can't think of the word, like a good word for that feeling, but it all has to do with something bigger. And you're just not seeing that right now. So you have harmony and confidence. Confidence goes back to your sacral chakra. See, it's even the same color. Sacral chakra. Okay, so I just felt like I have to read you the spell on this one. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take lighter, burn higher. Take light, burn higher. Okay, screw that up. Hang on. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. And see how she's just sitting there like, I don't know. There's something about this pose of what she's doing. I feel that you need to take more time for yourself to hear yourself and not continue to distract yourself from what's going on. So you have, there's something better, romance, and within the next few weeks. So this one feels like if you are not in a relationship and you feel like I'm never going to meet someone, or you met someone and they turned out to be like shady, or like you almost want to lower your standards just to like meet somebody. You don't have to do that. And if you did meet someone and you thought it was something and then it kind of fizzled out, or you get red flags, trust that. Trust that. You might not have the evidence yet, but I promise you, the red flags that you're sensing will be validated. So trust that. And it says within the next few weeks, there's something better. And I feel like, okay, you know, it says within the next few weeks, but I really feel that it can happen any moment, the moment that you choose to allow yourself to feel that old trauma and release it or transmute it. And that's when you're going to align with this something better. Think about this for a minute. If you have met a person and there's red flags and, you know, it's not going the way you think it is, what are they triggering? What are they representing? What are you willing to sacrifice to make this something it's obviously it's not, but you want it to be something? Think about what you're sacrificing and where that feeling is coming from, because I will bet you that that is coming from this old shit. It's making you feel like you don't deserve, you're not capable, you're just not good enough, like you have high expectations, whatever it is. But there's something very valuable for you in this experience that you can learn, transmute, and ascend to a whole higher level. So deck number one, I hope that resonated with you. Exciting things are happening for everyone, that's for sure, because I can see it and feel how things are changing. So if you chose this card, number 22, you are deck number 2. Okay, so the card that popped out before I even had a chance is Gemini, and it's the number 3 also. So either a Gemini is around you or playing a huge part in your life right now, or it's the number 3. Now, this one says 3 weeks, 3 months. I'm going to see what the other cards feel like with the number 3. And then the number 7 is the other card. And this is 7 days, 7 weeks. So we're going to keep those on the side and see what those actually mean. All right, let's start with your, only because those popped out. That means they wanted to be seen. So you have your throat chakra, self-expression. Everyone, I think, is having throat issues. I know my allergies have been bothering me. I kind of feel like I always have like a nasal drip going on. So heart chakra. Action, root chakra. Third eye, insight. Okay, so deck number 2 feels like it's a very powerful deck. I feel you have been working a lot in your heart chakra, whatever it is. And it's also the number 22. So the 2s seem to play a significant part in your reading, because this is also number 22. So whether it's meditations or whatever it is that you're doing to heal your heart and open your heart, you're doing good. You're doing good. Don't think that you're not, or there's more that I need to do, or I'm not doing enough. You are doing enough. I do feel like you're getting a lot of inspirations. You're getting a lot of ideas coming in. And there is the ideas that are coming in match your heart's desires. So if you can look at it from an open mind and take a step back, don't overanalyze it. Your heart is speaking to you through your visions, through these inspirations, these ideas. And you have the action card. So it's time to put them in action. I mean, it's time to express yourself, because the throat chakra is expressing yourself, whether it's communicating or how you are, who you are in the world and how you are seen in the world. I just feel like deck number 2 has put a lot of energy into self-healing. You've been doing a lot of work. And it's time to just relax and allow everything to come back to you, because you purged a lot of stuff. You cleared out a lot of stuff. And just because you can't see what's coming in, or you're not seeing what you think you want to see to come in, means you got more work to do. We always have work to do. But I feel like deck number 2 has done a lot of work on their self-healing, how they see themselves, how they think of themselves. Just a lot of healing going on, a lot of generational healing, a lot of patterns, behaviors that have been broken because of this awareness. You've done a ton of shit. You've done a ton of shit. And now it's time to move into, you opened your heart. You're healing your heart. Now your heart is speaking to you through visions, dreams, ideas, inspirations. It's time to listen to it and take action on those, because you might not consciously know what your heart wants, but it is showing you. It's showing you. So pay attention to that. Here's the number 12, which is more 2s. It's all going well now, because that kind of popped out of this deck. And this one is 12 days. So something within the next 3 weeks, because you've got 7 days, 12 days, 3 weeks. So something within the next 3 weeks, 3 months. I don't know. Let's see what comes up with that. Okay, so your card 22 is take note. Your answers are being given to you. Quietly, external voices and excessive noise will give you a chance to hear what's being offered. Quieting external voices and excess noise will give you a chance to hear what's being offered. So I know that when I say meditate right away, people are like, oh, I can't do it. Find your way to quiet your mind. You can't stop your mind. You can't not think. It's not possible. But you can control your thoughts rather than have them control you. Like, for instance, a candle, right? Light a candle and focus on the flame. That's it. Anytime you become aware of thinking, bring your attention back to focusing on the flame. Focus on the flame. Look at the colors. Look at the shapes. You're focusing on the flame. That is how you learn to control your mind rather than have your mind control you. And doing that simple act, you will better understand the insight you're getting from your mind, your intuition. I don't know, I guess I'm trying to figure out how to like put this into words. When we all think of a spiritual awakening and we get excited about the outcome, right? We're like, yes, ascension. But we don't think about the journey through the ascension when it's like, it's a shit show, right? It's just a shit show. You are coming to the blessing of the awakening. It's not even, you're coming to the good part. You're coming into the good part. And even though, I don't know, I feel like you don't think so, but you are. Look at the card that came out, universe. So whatever you're doing right. And there's the number 2. That's 21. There's 2 again. I don't know what it is with you guys, deck number 1 and deck number 2 and 2s. But 2 is very significant. So suffering in silence, wisdom, choices, positive movement. So it's telling you to take action. You got movement, positive movement forward, choices. It's telling you to move it. Obstacles and challenges, recognition and reward, and foundations and achievements. So the only thing that may be blocking you right now is how you're perceiving the way your heart is speaking to you. I mean, it's simple. It's definitely as simple as that. Your heart is telling you what it desires, what you truly desire, like your soul desires. It's coming through to you visually, whether it's visualization, dreaming, whatever it is. Your heart is telling you. It's literally showing you what your desires, deep desires, really are. And the only way you're going to hear it is to shut up the other side of your mind that is overanalyzing, overthinking, trying to figure out, trying to plan, whatever, our crazy minds like to do. That's the only thing that is standing in you. Okay, so you have the number 22 and the number 23. Okay, so there's more 2s. I can definitely say that this 2 to 22, 22, 2 portal, it's 5 2s, which is the manifesting portal from now until the winter solstice, is going to be very profound for you. So this there's so many validations with the 22 that focus on your desire. Listen to your heart. It's so funny because that's the song I just heard in my head by Roxette, Listen to Your Heart. Literally listen to your heart and feel what it's telling you. Feel what you really want. Never mind what it looks like. Feel it, because that is going to be like the major key in your manifesting right now. Because you have, it's like you have this, you have the universe card. You have the support of everyone and everything. So you can't screw it up. All right, I'm trying to like make these go the right way. Okay, so a fiery climax approaches. You are good enough. A time to give rather than take. Believe in the impossible. Expect a powerful change. And meditate and contemplate. We already covered like the meditation and the powerful change and believe in the impossible. But these two cards, safe travel and romance. And I'm going to try to do this like, once again, it's collective. So I'm going to try to do it as collectively as I can. Remember, if you're not in a relationship or have no desire to be in one, then take that energy and apply it to career, business, money. Okay? But I feel like something very, I keep feeling the word powerful, and I don't understand why it's so powerful, but there's a trip coming up. You'll be taking a trip. And this trip may be with someone, or it may be something you truly desire, like an offering, whether it's a job or an opportunity. But there is a trip coming up for you, and this trip is going to be a game changer. Game changer. Because all this doubt that you're feeling about just not trusting yourself, just, where's the other one? Taking the action. Any doubt that you're feeling is going to transmute with this action. I don't know how else to put it into words. So it's either going to be with someone you either just met or someone you've been with, and that's going to take the relationship to a whole new level, or it has to do with a business or job opportunity that's going to take your finances to a whole other level. I'm seeing you every day, all day today, a lot of channels are having problems with the internet lagging. And I'm seeing it like lag a little bit, but I don't know why. So quieting your mind is going to be, and not like deep meditation, like make it simple. Make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it that you don't do it. Do it, like I said, as the candle, if anything. Do it simple, but it's important that you do it, because there's a lot of messages coming through, a lot of guidance, a lot of the answers you're looking for. Get more information. Big happy changes. Yes. And helpful people. So I think I said that before about the support you need is around you. The people that are going to take you to, not take you, but help you, assist you through this fear. You're not alone, and you're going to realize you're not alone. So I also highly suggest that you try communicating with your angels, guides, galactic family, whoever it is that you like to communicate with. because there may be something that feels disconnected. Either you feel like your gifts dwindled and you're not as connected as you used to be, or not as spiritual as you used to be, like whatever story you're telling yourself. I mean, it's not true. It's that you're just judging yourself. And action is what's going to change everything for you. So I feel like you're coming into the, I worked really hard and now this is the outcome. You're like right there, right there. So deck number 2, I hope that resonated with you. Now we're going on to deck number 3, which is the number 6. And this one says, looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps projects you are working on could use some fine tuning. So what is going on with deck number 3? Okay, so I'm going to put your chakras in order. You have the crown chakra, presence, the head chakra, third eye chakra, visualization, root chakra, family, root chakra, home, heart chakra, love, and heart chakra, forgiveness. So we're going to start at the first chakra, the root. So I feel like there's some major changes going on in your household. I also feel, and this is understandable because it's near the holidays and people get very anxious during holiday dinners because sometimes there's conflict. And I feel like you're not exaggerating, but you're trying to prepare for something worse than it is. I think you'll be surprised. Either you have people visiting or you're going to visit them. There's something with like not just your household and immediate family, but like distant family. It feels like that you didn't have, you always felt like you didn't belong in this family, and you just have come to terms that you're just never going to fit in with them. So why bother? Like, why even bother trying to be me? But that's not the case here. I think you're going to see changes, big changes in your family's perspective, the way they see things. Because, and I feel like there may be a male figure, I don't know where this is coming through, like a father, grandfather, even husband, like a male figure coming through that has a very dominant energy. And, what they say is, and that's it. And if you don't agree with it, there's no negotiating. But this person is breaking down. This person's perspective on things is breaking down. They're starting to question things. And you might not get the satisfaction right away that they're like, oh, you were right. I mean, that's going to take some time. But you are going to see how their view is changing, which will bring back that hope that maybe we can, maybe I can fit in here. I hope that makes sense. What was your number? 6. Because you got the number 6 again. This one's 4 and this one is 2. So it's the number 6 again. I don't know if you're seeing the number 6 or there's something about the date with the number 6. Anyway, going back to your root chakra, you're going to feel nurtured. And that's something that you haven't felt in a long time, especially when it comes to family. I also feel like not all family is biological. Some family are the chosen ones. you do have a lot of chosen family around you that you can always count on and you could always turn to. So maybe a family's disappointing sometimes, but you still have your chosen family that will give you that love, support that you need. So it doesn't matter if you fit in with them or not. It doesn't matter if you get their support or not, but you're going to see things change. So it's just interesting. You're going to see these changes, but you're not even going to give a shit anymore. Pay attention to how you respond or react to from now until the end of the year. You're going to notice that you are responding and not reacting. And the reacting that you do have really doesn't bother you anymore. It's not as intense as it used to be. It's kind of like, all right, well, no big deal. I'm still me and they're still them, and that's it. So it's that kind of attitude. Now we have the heart chakra, love and forgiveness, which comes back to family. There are some people that are who they are and they're never going to change, and that's what it is, and you have to choose where you're putting your energy. Giving your energy to someone that just drains it is not healthy for you. So it's not really boundaries. It's knowing when to cut the energetic cord or supply, more like supply, off. And there are some people you can't like not be around, like family during the holidays. Like you can't say, oh, I'm not going there for them, but you want to be with everyone else. So you just have to learn to not tune out, but take your energy back from them, not give them your energy so they can affect you. And the forgiveness, I feel like that there is going to be some kind of forgiveness with another person that you're close to. When you realize how much you've grown, when you look at them from eyes of like compassion rather than defense, like having to defend yourself, you're actually going to look at them through a new pair of eyes almost. You're going to see them differently, regardless of what happened in the past or who they are. You're just going to see them from eyes of compassion. And your growth from that awareness is what forgives and lets go of whatever attachment it is with this person. And then you have your crown and third eye. So this is about being present. And the other one is visualization. So I feel like your mind may be wandering a lot. You may be thinking, especially when it comes to like, I don't know, let's say the holidays. I'm not sure, because I know that might be someone's issue, but not everybody would feel that issue. But I'll use it as an example. You're overthinking how it's going to go down and what you have to say and what you have to do, and give people like, a code. This is when we got to leave because I can't, whatever it is, you're overthinking shit. And you're not focusing on what is right now. Your chaotic thoughts are coming from the past because those thoughts have nothing to do with what's currently going on. You're just taking a past experience and you're turning into a future experience. And in the present, you're having this fight in your mind about it. And it doesn't even exist. So the sooner you realize that you're wasting your energy, and that goes back to taking your energy back from people. You don't have to be near them for us to give up our energy. It's a thought. it's reliving an experience over and over again. We're giving that event energy, even though it doesn't even exist. It only exists because we're giving it the energy to exist. And I hope that makes sense. So take your energy back and apply it to what you want your reality to reflect. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Stay with the feeling of what you want. Don't focus on the details. And I know sometimes that's hard, especially if you're an air sign, because some of you may be an air sign with the overthinking. Just don't. Just allow everything to just be what it is. And it is what it is. And you choose yes or no. I mean, it really is that simple, but it's not easy to do. Just allow everything to be what it needs to be. Oh, you have, okay, this is going to be separate. So I'm going to go to your angel cards because you got a whole ton of cards. The answers you need are coming. Luck is on your side. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. And this is your mind cuckoo-ness. Nothing will come of the situation. A lot of the stuff you're focusing on and you're planning your war is not even going to happen. Nothing is yet set in stone. Have faith in your dreams. And what do you need to release? So that's kind of just validating what I was just talking about when it comes to the way you're just get control of your mind. Get control of your mind. So there's a lot of crown chakra. So you're definitely connected spiritually, but I also feel like you may be experiencing multidimensional, we'll say, dreams. I mean, to me, dreams are just multidimensional events. That's what a dream is to me. But you're aware now that you're in another dimension. Either you're seeing timeline shift, or there's something about the way you're seeing your reality, whether it's sleeping or physically, like when you're up in this third dimensional world that we're in. You're seeing things shift. I feel like you see light beads. I'm going to call them light beads, like in the air. Like you can see little specks of light. And whatever it is you're perceiving about these lights are true. They're real. And this is for you to understand. I can't tell you what that is, but you know what it is. And it's real. It is what you think it is. There's these little specks of light. Yeah, that's all I can see. I can't get anything else. I just see little specks of light, like in the air, in like space. You just see them. Now, what's interesting is, okay, so I'll go through the cards first and then you have the waiting game, mental conflict. So right there, those two, you're overthinking stuff and you're postponing doing what you feel is right to do. You're just overanalyzing it. And it goes back to the whole thing we were talking about earlier with the chakras. Emotional loss. Love begins. Financial and material prosperity. Heartache and loss. Trapped in fear. And fertility. So, trapped in fear, heartache and loss, emotional loss. That's what you're holding on to right now. That's what you're allowing to dictate your choices, your decisions, everything that intuitively you feel you need to do, that's just what, and the emotional loss is coming from that, like, attachment. We're going to call it an attachment. There's some kind of painful attachment that is at the verge of transmuting. Just like all the other two decks, it's about just acknowledging it and being aware of it. There's nothing you really need to do, is just be mindful of where you're putting your energy, where you want your energy, and focus on what you want to feel and feed what you want to feel the energy. So this is more about taking control. It's taking your power back. That's really what it is. It's taking your power back. Just bringing it all back to you. So there is either a new relationship that started or will start within the next, I don't know, a couple of months, I want to say. But you got that wall up because you got like that trauma in the heart chakra, and you're putting it off, like you're avoiding it. You're avoiding because you have the mental conflict. So the way I'm trying to explain this is really what's going on in your mind. There's a part of you that wants this, and there's a part of you that's afraid of it because you don't want to get hurt. What if what I feel is wrong and I'm going to be disappointed? So you got like a lot of that overthinking going on, and it's causing you to like be in limbo, like not do anything, just be there. I want to see what cards come up. Okay, so we have the Pisces card. So this could be about a Pisces, or with the Pisces, or it could also mean your moon sign is in Pisces, and your moon sign reflects your shadows. So maybe look up Pisces, the astrology for Pisces, and see how you relate to a Pisces reading, because that's your shadow side, and that's kind of like what's exposing right now. You have times of your life, the number 1, which is Sunday, so I don't know if that day is meaningful to you. And then you have 11, and it says listen to friends. So now we go back to fertility and material changes, financial and material changes. So for some of you, I feel like there's either a raise or promotion coming up, or somehow you're coming into money. It could be an inheritance. It could be something that you applied for and forgot about. This is going to be unexpected. The money that you're receiving is unexpected. Even the promotion and the raise, that if you didn't get it yet, it's going to be a surprise. So there's something like suddenly. And it could be because Jupiter is going direct. I don't even know where Jupiter is. I can't even focus on Jupiter, but I know Jupiter is playing an aspect in our life right now. And Jupiter is about money, surprises, sudden changes. Yay, which is all good until it's not. Good cheer and letting go. You have like 3 cards or more that talk about letting go. So I'm going to read you the chant for this card. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. Doesn't really rhyme, but allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. Should be again, right? But, and it's also, well, weren't you the number 6? Because this is also a 6. Yeah, you were number 6. So 6 is about letting go. Now, okay, I'm going to save these two for the last. Meditation brings answers. Listen to your intuition. Trust. Trust. No. And unlikely. And you know what these are talking about? You're overthinking. And I know you're not doing this on purpose. None of us do when we overthink, but we totally exaggerate shit. We like prepare for combat, and it never happens. And the same thing applies now. It's not any different now. It's not going to happen. And don't stay in that fear, because that's what you're going to manifest. Take your focus away from that energy and put it into what you want to feel, and let that, come into you, especially with this energy. So, totally forgot to write down all the decks. I'm glad I have the pen and paper here, because I'm going to timestamp the video so it's easier for everyone. Totally forgot. So, surprise, surprise. So, deck number 3, I hope that resonated with you and helped you in some way. I feel so disoriented. So now we're going to do the meditation. And this meditation, we are going to create an anchor. And this anchor will trigger the feeling. Once we intensify the feeling, we're going to set the anchor. So every time we do this anchor, it will, and you'll know what it is, it will activate this energy in you. And at least for the next month, try to be mindful of the energy that you're in, because from now into the winter solstice, which is in a month, is very, very powerful energy. So we have a lot of positive light coming into our planet, into our bodies, and we can amp it up with the way we think. So I know it's not easy, and there's a lot of shit going on that wants you to think differently and feel differently, but as soon as you become aware of it, transmute it. Now, usually in December, the last circle of the year, I always talk about picking your word for the year. So instead of resolutions, here in Lifestyle Goddess World, we pick words. So I want you to think about what your word for 2023 will be. If you can't think of it now, or if it's too much pressure, especially the overthinkers, that's fine. But if you do know what you want your word to be, I want you to focus on that word in this meditation, because we're not going to wait for January 1st. We want it now. We want, like my word for this year, next year, is going to be freedom. I just want to be free. I want to be free of, I want to be financially free. I don't want to feel enslaved or having to do things because that's what you're supposed to do. I want to be free to think, free to act. And I don't mean, and everybody's interpretation of this will be different, but I know what my freedom wants to be, and that's my word for 2023. So if you guys know what word you want for 2023, let me know. And even if it's after the video's done, come back and comment what your word is, because I like hearing everybody's words and how they want the new year to unfold for them. So if you pick your word, awesome. I have to write mine down because then I forget. I almost drank the candle, by the way. That would be nothing now. Okay, so get comfortable. Either sit or lay down just free from distractions for about like 10, 15 minutes. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and let out a big exhale. Now, bring your attention to your breath, breathing in and exhaling, breathing out. And if you find your mind wandering, just bring your attention back to your breath, in and out. And just bring your attention to your right hand. Feel your right hand. What are you grateful of with this right hand? What does your right hand provide you? How is your life better with your right hand? Just show gratitude. Express gratitude towards your right hand. Bring your attention to your heart. What are you grateful for that your heart provides? Express gratitude to your heart. Moving to your legs. Express gratitude for your legs. How they help you stand, walk, bend. Whatever blessing your legs bring you, express gratitude for it. Now bring your attention to your blood. How healing it is. How it keeps your body strong and healthy. How it clears any toxins. Fights any disease, illnesses, bacteria. Thank your blood for doing its job. You never have to think about it. It just does it. Now bring your attention back to your breath. It's the essence of life. Express gratitude for your breath, for the abundance of air that's available. You never have to think about breathing, how to get air. You just do it. And there is no doubt in your mind that there is an infinite supply of air. Feel that gratitude, that infinite abundance of air. And just focus on the infinite abundance of air. Bring your attention to a tree, all the leaves, all the grass, everything green in nature. There's no shortage of green. The trees don't have to think about being green, they just are. And there's an abundance of trees and grass, plants and animals that all play a part on this planet. It's infinite abundance. Now bring your attention to the sun, how it shines brightly, even when it's cloudy. The rays of sun bring you healing light. It nourishes your body while you're here on earth. And there is no shortage of sun. You don't have to think about the sun rising or setting. It just does. And there is an infinite supply of sun rays. Now, think about what it is that you desire. Whether it's a house, a car, a relationship. Just think what you desire. And instead of focusing on the details, focus on the feeling, the joy, the happiness, the abundance of love that it will bring. And the more you focus on this feeling, the stronger it gets. And now you can feel the vibration of this feeling. And just stay in this feeling, raising it higher and higher. And give this feeling a color, whatever color you wish. And imagine that a ball of light in this color just envelops every cell of your being, surrounding you. Now, raise this feeling a little bit more by expanding this ball of light out into the room. You can feel this desire stronger and stronger as it vibrates higher and higher. And now take your thumb and your index finger and squeeze them together for a moment, anchoring this feeling. And as you release your fingers, it becomes even stronger, more vibrant. And as soon as you get it as high as you can, squeeze your thumb and index finger again, anchoring it into your memory. And release it, allowing it to expand even more. There is no doubt in your minds you have access to this feeling. It's always there. There is an abundance of this feeling because you feel it expanding 10 times more. Press your thumb and your index finger together again, anchoring it, and release. Now play with this energy. Spin it around you. Allow it to spin all around you, filling your entire space with this feeling. Expand it out into the world. Expand it out into the universe as far as you can. And press your thumb and index finger together again, anchoring it in your cellular memory, and release. Feel the vibration of this feeling. Allow it to expand even more into infinity and beyond, as far as you can imagine. And press your thumb and index finger together again, anchoring it into your cellular memory. Now slowly pull this energy back back into the room, into your space. Fill your heart with this energy. And just allow it all to fill your heart. Because now it's within you. Press your thumb and your index finger together again and anchor it. And as you release, smile knowing that this is what you truly desire. This feeling of completeness, love, happiness, joy. Now slowly bring your attention back into the room and open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, guys, what did you think of that meditation? Were you able to harness the energy? Now, anytime you press your fingers together, you're going to activate that energy. So from this moment on, and if you can do this meditation as many times as you can, as you want, and if you feel like, well, I really want to do it with my word, or I need to think about what the feeling I need to feel, whatever it is, just go back, do the meditation again and anchor it. And then every time you feel out of alignment, like you feel, press it and smile. Bernadette, what's interesting is, I wonder if I was picking up on you wandering, if that's actually an NLP technique. It's anchoring. You can also imagine the color. Like when you feel, if you don't want to press your fingers together, the color is also an anchor. So whatever color you gave this energy, all you have to do is just imagine a ball of that energy around you again in that color, and you're going to see your body change, because now it's in your cellular memory. I mean, your brain's like, yeah, we got a new thing to think about. So I would love to hear how, I got cold again. I would love to hear how this meditation or anchor works for you, and how did it help you when you were feeling like lower? Did it help raise your vibration? I'd love to hear. So thank you, my beautiful tribe, for joining me tonight. I love you all so much, and I wish you an abundance of love and light, and I will see you soon. Good night.